Well, today, day 25, September the 3rd. Golly. Golly. Wow. Day 25 already. Okay. We're heading into the community, the town, small city, I guess, of Owen Sound, which is the gateway to the Bruce Peninsula. And then, of course, we were pushing straight north from there over about a 9-day period, 250 kilometers from Owen Sound to reach Tobermory. We're about 22, 23 kilometers right now to Owen Sound, maybe 14 miles, something like that. So we've got a steady hike today, but nothing outrageous by any means. We are spending 2 nights in Tobermory at a local motel, the Owen Sound Inn. I've stayed there before. I stayed there on my through hike last year, and we're taking a 0 in Owen Sound. One of my trekking poles tips have come off, if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that, but anyhow, so I want to try to replace that tip. A couple of little things to do. Desperately need a resupply. I'm down to, I think I have 2 pouches of oatmeal. I have one of my cereal bags, and I think 2, maybe 3 bars, granola bars. That's it. So, and of course I have an ample supply of coffee and tea. I always have an ample supply of that. Yeah. Whew. So anyhow, desperately needing a resupply. Yeah. So day 25. Hey, beautiful morning, crisp and cool. Cool last night too. September's here, but we're going to get some hot days too. Okay, let's get to it. The trail runs along these absolutely amazing crevices that go for miles and miles, and they're deep, like 100 feet, 150 feet, 50 feet in sections, very, very deep, created, I believe, through the Ice Age. So they've been around a while. It was really quite interesting terrain. A lot of the Bruce Trail, as I've mentioned before, super challenging. Look, more of these crevices, how the ground, how the rock is split through the Ice Age. I don't know. I'm not a geologist or scientist or whatever, but anyhow, it's really, really interesting land. It's interesting terrain, challenging, but it's insightful. And what I mean by that is, well, any through hike, section hike, anything that's really going to push you to your limits for a long period of time really does define you. You learn a lot about yourself, which also helps you to learn about others, because as you learn about yourself, with that knowledge and education and insight, if you will, comes understanding. With understanding, it helps you see a bigger picture, possibly and hopefully a better picture. I know it does for me. Maybe this is a, well, I'm not going to say this is a spiritual moment or anything like that. I'm just saying, yeah, that's part of through hiking, is what you will learn about yourself, about who you are, about what you are. Also, maybe about who you could be, if maybe you're not happy with quite who you are. I can actually relate to that in a lot of respects. There's a lot of days in my life I've thought I'm just not happy with me, due to my thoughts, my feelings, my performance, my whatever, my achievements, my lack of achievements. So learning about ourselves helps us to see a bigger picture, much more clearer, and that's got to be a good thing. It really does. Anyhow, I just wanted to show you this terrain this morning. It's slippy, wet. The rocks are treacherously slippy, but even more so are the tree roots. They're just like disastrously slippy. So you have to watch every step. But okay. Regardless of whether we're happy with ourselves or not, we do keep moving forward. We've been here before, but we're going to talk about this again. The Polish soldier tree. In 1942, a Polish soldier carved a heartfelt message into the soft bark of the beech ahead, signing Żołnierze, or soldier. The man also included the first words from the Polish national anthem, which translates as "Poland has not yet perished." This old beech is a rare glimpse into the life of Tadeusz Kosztownisko, Polish army training camp based in Owen Sound during the early years of the Second World War. Well, so here was a man in the Second World War. He carved his name and the beginning of the Polish national anthem, "Poland has not yet perished," into this tree. People are putting poppies here. You can see the poppies maybe in the camera. There's a poppy here too. Wow. So when I was here before, I did comment on the fact that if it wasn't for this particular man, what would life be like today, right here? What would I be doing today? What language would I be speaking? I don't know. But the sacrifices that this one gentleman, this one soldier, this Polish soldier, along with hundreds of thousands of other soldiers, the sacrifices they made back in the day ensured my and our freedom today. Quite fitting, least we forget. However, and I totally agree that we should never ever forget the sacrifice by that soldier or any soldier. However, if we could actually make war a thing of the past, nothing but a faint distant memory in history, then maybe then we could forget about war. Now that would be a real tribute to the Polish soldier, if we could at some point forget about war. Yeah, my 2 cents worth. We're still a bunch of savages, unfortunately. The human race, our leaders, we're still quite willing to drop bombs on people, unfortunately. But okay, the trail continues. We're nearing Highway 26. I can hear the traffic. It's a busy highway and we've got to walk down there, so I'm not looking forward to that bit. Oh well, let's keep going. As we approach from the outskirts along Highway 26, as we approach Owen Sound, it's a busy highway, and this is the kind of highway I simply do not like. I don't like this part of the trail. Never did like a part of a trail like this. Never will. Love the back gravel country roads, so interesting and so much character. But this, don't like it one bit. I'll be totally glad when I make a left turn up here onto a country road, and then you actually go past it through the KOA campground and back into the forest. Now here's something. Historic plaque, Tom Thompson, 1877, 1917. Now further behind us, a couple of days or so ago, we did see a trail marker called the Tom Thompson Trail. Interesting. Okay. Well, even though we're on the busy Highway 26, we shall keep moving forward. Well, we finally got off those busy highways, and we're now walking into the KOA property. We've been down here before. We did this same path last year. I was thinking of just taking a little break here, maybe having a coffee. Last year when I was here, they had a small store. I wouldn't call it a resupply location, however, and also because it was the end of September, when I was here, their supplies were limited, but it did look like in the season they do carry a reasonable selection of kind of campers slash backpackers kind of needs, but I wouldn't call it definitely a full resupply location, but you can pick up things to keep you going for sure. Okay, a beautiful old barn here. I think as we enter into the KOA, we're going through a working farm. I don't know if it's part of the KOA, if the farm is owned by the same people that own or run the KOA. I have no idea. But anyhow, let's keep going. And then after our break, we continue through the forest ahead of us. Much better than that awful highway. Okay. There are a few people here, but surprisingly, not a lot. But again, it's Thursday. But still, it being the last upcoming long weekend of the summer here, I would have thought there would have been more people. Now over the long weekend there will be for sure, but anyhow, so yeah, I believe here out of the KOA kind of campgrounds we go. In fact, here's a camper, another couple of campers here. Oh, there's a few of them here. And Bruce Trail and hiking trail. And back into the forests we go. So, we've had our ice cream. We're going to head down the trail a ways. And then we'll stop and have, well, yeah, we'll stop and have maybe, I'll make a coffee and have my final pouch, cereal pouch. We'll do that. I was kind of hoping there'd be more, again, as I say, of a selection in the store, maybe a sandwich of some kind, but anyhow, that's okay. We've still got a cereal pouch, And we've still got a little bit of oatmeal, so I'll have the cereal pouch and make coffee, and that will suffice. About 10 kilometers to go till I reach my motel, and from there I will have a good hot bath, get all my battery banks and batteries charging, do my laundry in the bathtub, and then look at doing my resupply, see what I need. One thing I like to get when I stay, if I do have a zero and I get 2 nights in a hotel like I am right now, when I go to get my resupply stuff, or not, whatever, but I like to get one of those whole cooked chickens, some tomatoes, and a couple of crusty rolls, and that is really good for me for 2 nights. Half a chicken one night, half a chicken the next night for my dinners at the hotel. And this particular motel, last year when I was there, they had a refrigerator, microwave, coffee pot, and so on in the room. So that works out well. Okay. Now right here, right on the side of the trail, you come to the clubhouse of the Owen Sound Snowmobile Club. Come ride Grace Bruce trails, ride safe, ride sober. Hey, but I thought last year when I went past here that, you know, you could tuck in a tent right here for the night. There's nobody here through the summer months, very little. Maybe they do have some club activities, maybe not, don't know, but hey, that's the inside of their clubhouse. If you can see it on the GoPro, not sure if you can, it's probably just reflection. But there's a log fireplace, some picnic tables, places to sit, lots of logs. Yeah. Great clubhouse. So I just met a young lady by the name of Courtney. So she's the first actual real through hiker, wild camping, full pack that I have met on this trail. So after 25 days, I met Courtney. Courtney left Tobermory on August the 24th. So let me see. That was 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so that's about right. She's 10 days into her hike heading south, which is about right for the distance, because yes, it's right on. So this is her day 10, it being 9 days from Owen Sound to Toby. Anyhow, just thought I'd mention that. I had a charming conversation with the young lady, and she carries such a small amount of food, and she's living off the land. It's her choice. She eats apples and pears and things like that, and mushrooms. She knows all about mushrooms. And she carries a small amount of food just in case she doesn't find the right things that she wants. But the conversation with the young lady was amazing, and she was nothing more than a whisper of a thing. But she said her backpack, I asked her about her backpack. She said, oh, it's between 30 and 40 pounds, but it doesn't feel heavy. My goodness, she was 33 years old. So really quite impressive. Wish her the best of luck. So she's out there on trail, heading south, heading to Queenston Heights. And of course, when I get back here, well, from this moment, because I'm still heading north, so she's actually 20 days ahead of where I'll be, because it'll be 20 days before I'm back here again, and she'll be 20 days ahead of me. So when I get back to this spot, she'll have been getting close to finishing her hike. But that was super interesting meeting Courtney. Charming young lady and great ambition, and just love her ethics and motives and the way she sees things. Perfect. Hey, speaking about seeing things, we're getting closer and closer and closer to our motel. She did stay in a motel last night. She told me about it, and it was a great price. But and they had an indoor salt pool, which I don't have. But anyhow, I didn't know about it, so she paid $11 a night less than me, but I didn't know about it. And so hey, so be it. Okay, that's fine. Wow. Oh, I remember coming through here last year. Beautiful little spot. We come out of the forest again, right alongside of some beautiful little homes. Country road again. And I think, boy, sometimes I don't know, but I think I went straight. I think it was straight. I can't remember the whole trail by any means. In fact, I remember very little of it. It's just every now and then I come past something and I think, oh, I remember that. And with all the growth on the trees, sometimes it is a little hard to actually see the blazes for the trail. Anyhow, off we go. At the Tim Hortons in Owen Sound, got my breakfast sandwich, sausage, egg and cheese with a hash brown, coffee, checked into my motel, got my laundry done, got my tent all drying, everything's good, had a good hot bath. Electronics are all charging, and I'm going to enjoy my sandwich. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is the room, and here's my resupply items. I just came back from the store and I got caught in a terrible, terrible, terrible thunderstorm. But this is the room. I've got 2 beds, I've got a fridge, a microwave, TV, dresser, and so on, of course, air conditioning or heating, whatever I need, and a balcony. The balcony just overlooks a parking lot on the highway. Not particularly a picturesque view, but you know what? It is what it is. So, yeah, this is my room. As I say, I just got totally soaked, and I just walked in now, so I wanted to film the room before I do too much else. So, this one is costing me $100 a night. Plus tax, so it comes to 226 Canadian dollars, about 150 US dollars for 2 nights total load. A little high, and as you see, 2 beds, which means 2 hikers could share this for sure, but still, it is a holiday weekend starting tomorrow. So and then the girl I was talking to earlier today, Courtney, she did tell me about the accommodation she stayed at. And the one she stayed at is just right across the street and down. It's $89. So it's slightly cheaper than this one. It would have been about a total of about $22 or $24 cheaper than this one for the 2 nights. But she had a indoor saltwater pool, which would have been nice. I don't have a pool here. But anyhow, that's fine. Okay. Jasper here, day 25 coming to an end. I'm just going to relax tonight. I bought myself some chicken for tonight with fruit and some cookies. So I'm going to have that. Yeah, end of day 25. Tomorrow starts day 26. It's a 0. I have a trail angel in Owen Sound who's going to take me to Hepworth. In Hepworth, there is a outdoors called Sun Trails. It's an outdoors outfitters. We're just going to have a look and maybe have a breakfast out. Simply because I haven't seen him since last year, and he was a really good guy and he's a good trail angel. So hey, we'll talk to you later. Bye bye.
Changing over the gear here.
So right now, I'm with my trail angel Leo, and he's right down there. Hi Leo! And this is Leo's Jeep right here. And we just arrived at the Sun Trail Source of Adventure. It's an outfitters. We're gonna go in there, we're gonna have a look around. You just never know. See if we can find something to spend money on. See if we can find something that's gonna help reduce the weight of my backpack for this old guy. Let's go in and take a look, see what we see. Wow, look at this place. Amazing. Lots of stuff. Wow. Awesome clothing. Look at the equipment they got here.
Who's got a channel and he's doing a through hike on the Bruce Trail, and he's just kind of looking around and thought, oh, just have a look there.
Absolutely.
Amazing stuff. Well stocked. Great place to stop at. Look at all the maps they've got. Now in here they have a clearance room. They got a lot of clothing in here. Some nice jackets, North Face. I noticed they carry Patagonia jackets too, which are really good. Some footwear on clearance. Wow. And through here, looks like water sport section. Oh, and tents. They have tents. They deal with Eureka. I'm not particularly a fan of Eureka, but they do deal with those. Oh, tarps. Wow. Super interesting. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, they don't really have a lot of what I'm particularly looking for, although they do have a thermarest seat pad. That I'm definitely going to pick up after I left. My seat pad sat on a rock in the Bagna Marsh. So this is a section on backpacks. Great selection. Osprey, great bags. Unfortunately, they don't have in stock the one I'm looking for today. But when I was here a year ago, it is where I picked up my Aether 70 liter Osprey, right from this store here. Okay. So what I am going to pick up is, I'm going to get myself this right here because I do need to replace mine. And I'm thinking that's probably all I can buy today. But anyhow, that's probably all I'm going to be able to get.
Yeah.
We don't need any butane fuel. We're carrying lots of fuel. They have one titanium pot, and I am looking for a titanium cook pot. But the one they have, super light. It's just not exactly what I'm looking for. So we're just going to have to pass on that, I'm afraid. Okay, well, again, what a great place to be. A great store right here in Hepworth, Sun Trail. Downtown Owen Sound. For resupply, I just go a few kilometers up the road to the big department stores, the Walmarts, the Canadian Tires, and all the big groceries chains. But downtown, it's kind of neat to take a little look around at some of the smaller stores, just while I'm taking a zero and taking a rest and having a look what they've got. Beautiful baked goods right there. Yeah, I just had a coffee and a donut, so I don't need any more of that right now. Interesting. Outside cafes. Yep, downtown Owen Sound. I like to get into communities when I can, especially on the hikes when you go into towns, villages and so on to resupply or take a zero or whatever. But just have a little look around if you have the time. It's really nice, it's interesting to see what's going on. Okay.